Good evening on a Sunday evening. How we doing, everyone? Welcome back to the studio. It's cold. It is cold in the studio. It's pretty chilly here in Denver, so I've got my hat on tonight, and I hope everyone is doing well. Oh man, let me know if you can hear me in the chat. I would appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. And here we go. That is right. And shout out to everyone that is already here. Oh man, so I've got my New York jacket on, my New York City Marathon jacket on, my hat. Shout out again to Territory Run Company for the hat because it is cold out here in the studio. Oh, here we go. Here comes everyone. I see Eduardo and Adam, Brandon, Joel, Eric, Marco, Ultra Dad in the house, Anthony, Jeff, John. Oh yeah, Gage. So cool to see everyone. Thank you for letting me know that you can hear me. I appreciate it. And let us know where you're from, where you're watching from tonight. Hello from Bismarck, North Dakota. Okay, Alex, I can guarantee it's colder in Bismarck than it is in Colorado right now. Am I right? I bet it is pretty chilly up there. I was in Bismarck 2 years ago, and it was probably the coldest I've ever been in my life. So, here is everybody. Thank you so much. In fact, real quick, I am going to share the link so that more people can join. We're going to share this on Twitter. If you want to do the same, I would appreciate it. Hold on, let me just grab the link. Oh, that is cool. I see it here. Hold on, let me make sure we're muted. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to tweet this out, post it on Facebook. So let us know where you're from and how, let us know where you're from. Let's see here. Let me just tweet this out. Okay, I'm going to say live on YouTube, chatting about running gear. There we go. Tweet. Boom. And I'll post it on Facebook too. So let me just check back in on the chat. So we got Houston in the house, Poland, Wisconsin, Holy Hill area. Oh, cool, John. That's chilly in Wisconsin as well. France, Stockton, California, London, Wisconsin, North Texas, Seattle, nice. Pennsylvania, Kings Park, New York, San Antonio, Texas. Oh, man. And Preston in the UK, awesome. Sydney, Australia, we are global tonight. This is awesome. Okay, let me just post this on Facebook real quick to the DeMoor. So if you're new to the channel, we have a DeMoor Global Running. In fact, I will post it here I'll post it in the chat. We have a DeMoor Global Running Facebook group. Just in case you're on Facebook and you want to connect there, we do a lot of chatting there as well. So I'm going to grab this link and I will post it in the live stream chat right now. Okay, Facebook group. Awesome. So here's the deal for tonight. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. Is that we're going to talk maybe for 30 to 40 minutes approximately, so not quite as long as we usually do. And we're going to talk about running gear. If you watched today's vlog that published today, what is today? The 15th, I believe? Yes, December 15th. I mentioned, it was all about my favorite running gear of 2019. And so I mentioned in today's vlog that I would love to do a live stream talking about running gear. And it just worked out today, and I was like, all right, let's make this happen. So this was kind of impromptu live stream here in the studio, but a lot of you probably didn't realize that it was going to happen today, but I appreciate you coming anyways. And so here's the deal. I'm going to run you through my favorite running gear of 2019. I'm going to mention maybe a couple items from 2018, but the real goal is that I want to try to get a discussion going as much as possible in the chat, and then also field as many of your questions as possible about gear, running gear, all right? And then also running shoes as much as possible. So we'll go for 30 to 40 minutes. Have a good time. I'm just going to give a couple shout outs to Tom, Marcelo, Danny. Let's see who else. Joshua, it looks like. Kyle, Cesar, Nathan, Carlo. Let's see. Oh my goodness, a super chat came in. Oh, thank you so much. Let's see who this is from. Gene. Oh, Gene, you're the best. Oh, I appreciate it, Gene. And Gene, you're the best. And thank you for the emails this past week. Oh, you're the best, Gene. So, and let's see who else is here. James Quinn, Father Justin. Very cool. Let's see. Oh, very cool. Okay, so we'll get to your questions in just a minute. Save your questions. I will get to those in just a minute. Oh, thank you for being here, and thank you for the super chat once again. Okay, here's the deal. So, I don't know if you've been watching the vlog a long time. This was my number one running gear item of 2018. This is called a foot log, okay? And I had plantar fasciitis in 2018. I hope you're not suffering from PF. Shortened down to PF, but if you are, this foot log helped me out a ton in overcoming that injury in 2018. So this was my number one running gear item. I think it's about $18. I could be mistaken on that, but it's called a foot log, and I picked mine up from Amazon. And it's just it's like a foot massager, but it also stretches out the bottom of your foot really, really well. So that was from 2018. But in 2019, if you watched today's vlog, you know that the Hyper Ice Viper 2.0, which it is expensive. I'm just gonna say it's expensive. It's $200. Maybe you can find one used or on sale. It's made in Germany, and basically you turn it on. You hear that? Can you hear that through the microphone? But it's a vibrating foam roller. So this, you guys see me use this all the time on the vlog. So this was in the top 3 items of 2019. So I'm going to turn that off real quick. Put that back up there. And then my stability disc. Oh yeah, it made the top 3 for running items. Running gear of 2019. My stability disc. Love this thing. Stretching and strengthening my ankles. You see this a lot on the vlog as well. And let's see, I'm trying to remember if I brought out, you know what? I think I forgot the flip belt inside. Apologize about that. The flip belt is basically a way to carry your phone when you're out running. So it's called flip belt, and it slides into this little, I don't even know what to call it, like a band of material that wraps around your waist, and it wraps around your waist, and it holds your phone. It helps keep your phone from falling out, and it keeps your phone pretty dry, not perfect, like it gets a little sweat, but I just love it for carrying the phone on the runs. I'm trying to remember. So, okay, one more item I just want to mention real quick before opening it up to questions is Spenco. So you hear me mention Spenco a lot on the vlog. This is a little piece of material, and if you're just joining, by the way, welcome. I'll give some shout outs here in a minute. It's chilly. It's really cold in Denver today, so I've got my hat on out here in the studio. That's why I'm wearing a hat. But this Spenco is spelled Spenco, okay? And it is basically, you cut it out into the shape of your shoe or the insole of your shoe, and then you slide it under the insole. And I started wearing Spenco under my insoles in college to help alleviate some of the pounding. So it doesn't have any arch support. You can see it's very flexible there, but it just has a little bit of extra cushion if you're running a lot on pavement and concrete. As you know, I'm getting ready for the Houston Marathon, and I'm running on pavement and concrete a lot more than I would like to, and so I'm just trying to avoid any stress fractures, basically, which is why I have Spenco in most of my running shoes, but not all of them. So if you're interested in Spenco, you have to make sure that the volume of your shoe is big enough to allow your foot to slide in correctly to the shoe. But anyway, this is definitely a key running gear item for me in 2019. I absolutely love it, and it helps. Like, you guys have seen quite a few long runs on the vlog in the last, let's say 2 weeks, and so far the legs are feeling pretty good. So, Let's see here. Everyone can still hear me. I'm just watching the yes. And the Spenco, I don't know how much. It's not too bad. I think it's around $10 for some Spenco. So shout out to Jeff, and who else is here? Lee is here. Mind is here, Casper is here, Ben is here, Erilyn and Mommy is here. Awesome. So good to see everyone. Thank you for being here. We're talking about running gear, and I forgot the flip belt inside. I'm trying to remember. There was one more item, though. Oh, you guys are going to have to remind me of. There was one more item, and I think, anyway, it's inside, and I'm kind of blocked in here in the studio, but bottom line, let me just pull up some questions. Let's open it up to questions now. We'll go for, about 30 minutes answering your questions about running shoes as well. If you have any questions, I have some shoes that I would like to talk about. You're probably a little surprised that the Asics Glide Ride made it into my top road running shoes of 2019, but sure enough it did. And so cool to see everyone. Tropical runners in the house. Martin is here. Oh, man. Okay, so Yumi asks, what are my favorite socks for winter long runs? Yumi, great question. Yumi, I love Smart Wool and Darn Tough, okay? Smart Wool, I think wool really wicks away moisture well, especially in colder temperatures. So Smart Wool is one company, and then Darn Tough is the other company. As you know, there's a lot of running socks out there. I mean, it's crazy how many running sock companies there are now, but those would be my top two for winter running. Oh yeah, that's what it was. The Compress Sport. Thank you for the reminder in the chat. The compression sleeves that I have for my calves and my quads, that is the last running gear item of 2019. That was my favorite. So Jordan asked, why no Carbon X for top 2019? Jordan, I will let you know right now. Thank you for the question, and keep those questions coming. I'll get to as many as possible. Jordan, I don't want to say I love the Carbon X, but I'll be really curious to see how it evolves in 2020. I think they came really close. It feels a little. I got a lot of miles in it, Jordan. Here's one issue. It did cause some bleeding on my Achilles tendon, so here in the back, in the heel counter. And who knows, maybe I should have gone a half size up, but the toe box felt good, but I was getting some rubbing through and I read some comments from other people that was happening to them as well. So I had some blisters on my Achilles tendon, and then even though the stack height is pretty high, I think it's just, and it is considered a racer, it's, even though I used it for training, it just was a little too much for training. I think for racing it would be good, but I'd be curious who raced in the Carbon X for the marathon in 2019. I did not. I used it for long runs, but Jordan, it was close, just so you know. And yes, Mark is correct. Thank you, Mark. The flip belt is $30. Okay, let's see here. Robert is asking about the Hoka Speedgoat EVO. Hold on here. I think I brought it out. Where is it? There. Oh man, there it is. There it is. Yes. So I think this is from Mark. No, this was from. Sorry, I'm not seeing your name. So this shoe definitely was a top trail shoe for me. So it's the Hoka Evo Speedgoat, and it made my top 3 trail shoes of 2019. I think Hoka introduced Kevlar. So Kevlar is what you think of when you think of like body armor. That's what I think of. It's a very strong material that is interwoven into the upper. So through, for me, and maybe some of you have experienced this as well, a lot of my Hoka uppers, so the upper is here on top of the shoe, a lot of my Hoka shoes, I would get holes right here and right here through the upper. Now, and I don't know it happened year after year for me, And so, thank you, Paul, for the super chat. I will come back to your question in a minute. And so the Hoka Evo Speedgoat has Kevlar through the upper, which means it's going to be a lot stronger, and I have no signs of holes showing up. So that's one reason. The other reason is I think they're just nailing the midsole. Like Hoka is known for a lot of midsole foam, and I actually don't like that. But for this, I feel like the stack height is spot on in the Evo Speedgoat. Lastly, actually at the World Mountain Running Championships in Argentina, Jim Walmsley, who won the long race, he was wearing the Hoka Evo Speedgoat. So, and I've been using the shoe for winter running here in the city when it's snowy and icy out. So anyway, I hope that helps give you a little better overview for that shoe. It's a good one. Okay, coming back to Paul. Thank you, Paul, for the super chat. I appreciate it, and I will definitely answer all questions that come through that super chat. Okay, Seth, I took your advice with the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel for my first half marathon. Beat my goal by a whole minute. Also, loved yesterday's vlog about support. My wife has been amazing. Thank you for inspiring me. Paul, that is what I love to hear. Thank you, Paul, for that super chat and that comment, and for watching yesterday's vlog about, like, we all need a support system, right? So the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebels, I'm very sad that I was unable to, when I bought the Fuel Cell Rebels, I was it's like that borderline shoe between racing and training, and I wasn't getting ready for a half marathon race, although I will in 2020. There's a chance I will consider there's a chance I will race in the Fuel Cell Rebel in a half marathon in 2020. It will be in the running for sure. So thank you, Paul, for letting me know that you beat your time by a whole minute in that shoe. It's got some serious potential. All right, moving on here to questions. Oh, another super chat. Thank you, Charette. Thank you. You're the best. I appreciate that. Here we go. Let's see. I'm just looking for question marks. So question marks are always good in the chat. Okay, hello, Seth. I cannot fix my Achilles tendon pain. Do you recommend something? Oh, boy. That's come from Quevedo. Always take what I say with a grain of salt. Go see your doctor. Achilles tendon, depending on where it's at. Oh, gentle massage around the muscles, around the Achilles tendon. I would recommend going to a pool. Take some time off from running, going to a pool. And I'm a big fan of heat, okay? Like getting a heating pad and just kind of warm up that Achilles tendon as much as possible. Oh, I'm going to leave it there. That's a big topic, and those might be a few things to get you started, though. And thank you for 240 plus people for being here. This is amazing. This was an impromptu, in case you're just joining. This is an impromptu live stream to talk about running gear and running shoes. So thank you for stopping by, and we're going to try and do more of these live streams here in the studio moving forward. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Devin asks, any thoughts on carbon fiber inserts? So Devin, I don't know if you mean like an insert for the shoe that has a carbon fiber. Yeah, Devin, maybe just clarify, like, do you mean the inserts to help with your, like, if you're pronating too much or supinating too much? I'll come back to that, Devin. So let's see here. Let's see. Tyson, how many hours do you wear calf sleeves for? And then do you run in them and use them to recover after? Tyson, awesome question. I actually did mention this real briefly in the vlog today. I wear my compression sleeves for 3 hours, sometimes as much as 4 hours. I actually don't have them on right now because I had them on earlier today. And then I take them off. And then Tyson, if I'm really tired and really sore, so I'll wear them in the morning for 3 hours, and then maybe around like 4 to 5 p.m., I'll put them back on for another 2 to 3 hours. And that's only if I'm really tired and sore. Tyson, I will wear them running, but rarely. It's really only if am struggling, and I just feel like I need a little bit of help with, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I usually don't wear them running. Some runners wear them all the time running. I think it's a little too restrictive for me, so I usually use them for, during recovery when the run is done. Good question from Tyson. Moving on. Oh, I saw another super chat, I think, from, Ultra Dad in the house. Thanks for being here. Tried your Apex yet? Will love. Simple bat but lasts. Apex yet? Oh, the watch. Ultra Dad, I have not. So that is the Koros Apex Pro. Did you notice that none of my gear of 2019 that was at the top of my list was electronic based? Like no watches, no stride, no heart rate monitor. It's just how I roll. But no, I have not even tried the Koros watch yet. I will sooner rather than later. Thank you for the super chat, Ultra Dad. Okay, moving on here. Lee asks, Seth, reading Born to Run, etc. Do you think more barefoot minimal shoes help with injury prevention? So Lee, I think if you can run more in shoes that have less stack height, I actually do think that is a good thing. But you have to ease into it, because I've seen so many runners get injuries who try barefoot running or the 5-finger shoes or shoes that have very little stack height. I would recommend, oh my goodness, okay, so here's what I do, Lee. In the summertime especially, I jog around soccer fields barefoot just to work on ankle strength, foot strength, all that. It feels amazing. So that's how I approach barefoot running, and I'll go for like 10 minutes. That's it. No more than that, and I'll do it maybe 2 to 3 times a week just to, again, work on the foot and ankle strength. So Lee, I think it's a good idea, but you just have to be a little careful that you don't go too quickly into and that's why, like, I'm a fan of Hoka, but I just you don't want to get your legs and your ankles and your feet too used to too much cushion, if that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, that's a big topic, but I hope that helps. But yeah, I do believe in barefoot running on grass for 10 minutes, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. It's a little difficult to do in the wintertime, though, as you could imagine. Okay, I saw another super chat come in. Okay. Let's see. Sunny asks, hey Seth, I'm thinking of getting the missus some new Hokas for Christmas. She's got wide feet. Any thoughts? So the Bondi 6, okay, is a wide Hoka, the Bondi 6, but it's a really high stack height, as we were just talking about. Love the vlog. P.S. How you getting on with the stride? Would be ace to have a live chat on training advice. Sunny, yes, we will talk about training soon and the stride soon. So for everyone that doesn't know, the stride is a foot pod that tracks your power while running. As you know, many of you probably saw that vlog. I am a little slow with the tech side of things. So, Sonny, I'm not giving up on the stride. I just haven't had a chance to dive into it quite yet. But it's coming. Christmas break is coming, so I'm excited for that. Okay, moving on to another question. Let's see. Chris asked real quick. He says, hey, Seth, any thoughts on top running gloves or mitts? Unfortunately, Chris, I'm not the guy. I have some North Face gloves. Like when it's really cold, I will just say, Chris, I prefer mittens over gloves in the winter because your fingers are all together. I have some North Face gloves, Chris, that are mittens that I bought in high school 14 years ago, and I still use them. They're amazing. But Chris, I don't have a ton of like, you know, like in Denver it was 50 degrees yesterday, and today it's in the 20s, so we just don't get really cold temperatures here in Denver. Good question, though. I hope maybe somebody else can help with Chris with some glove recommendations. Oh, thank you, Lee, for the super chat. I appreciate it. The little dancing emoji, cool. And then LOL Monster 87 said you should visit Stride HQ. I plan to, because they're just up the road in Boulder. They actually gave me an invitation to go meet them, so I plan to do that. I don't know if it will happen before the new year. We shall see, but thank you. LOL, Monster87. Laura asks, how many days do I strength train? So I'll answer this real quick, Laura. Is about 3 days a week. Sometimes 2 days a week, but 3 days a week. And I'll alternate between upper body and lower body. Okay, sticking to gear questions. Here we go. Let's see. Oliver asks, thoughts on massage guns, Theragun, Hypervolt. So Oliver, great timely question because there's actually a company that is sending me a massage gun, I think this week. And I think the company might be called Life Fitness. I also have another one that just arrived. And remember, Oliver, I don't know if you remember, but my neck was hurting last week real bad. It was like it was spasming. And I have a kind of an off-brand massage gun, and it really helped. Anyway, Oliver, so far, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan because you can really pinpoint some areas of discomfort in your legs. So good question, Oliver. And yes, that is a good gear question. Let's see here. Let's see. Just looking here. Okay, so Vinny says Solomon gloves might be an option. So Chris, there you go. Solomon might be an option. Okay. Let's see. And any gear questions out there? Or you know what? Hey, it's 4:55. We'll go for about another 10 to 15 minutes here. And I see some questions rolling in about racing, so I can answer a couple real quick as some gear questions come in. What is your next trail race in 2020? That's from Mar Run Slow. So I'll probably do the GoPro Mountain Games in Vail, Colorado. It's a 10K. And then the next major one will be the Pikes Peak Marathon in August. I'm tempted to go over to Spain to do Zegama. I believe that's the one in Spain. Yeah, Zegama in May. But I'm also trying to race a fast half marathon at sea level on the roads in May. So I got to be careful. Like I just, as many of you know, like I'm trying to transition a little bit from mountain running to road running. I just want to I ran that 106 in Amsterdam, and it just got me thinking, wow, I wonder how fast I could actually run a half marathon on the roads. So I'm trying to use my speed while I still have it. So good question. Okay, moving on here. So Organic Snorlax asks for a $2 super chat. Thank you. What's your opinion on heel versus forefoot striking? So my opinion is that forefoot striking is better. It's been basically proven to be faster. However, one of the former world record holders, he was from Kenya, and I can never remember his name. It's about 10 years ago. He used to have the world record in the marathon distance. He was a heel striker. But he's an outlier. If you look at most elite marathon runners, they are forefoot or midfoot strikers. Now, I will say, though, late in a race, you're going to be tired. And I must say, like at the end of Amsterdam, I was definitely heel striking. But so my opinion is if you can train yourself, and it might take time, but to land more on your toes or right behind, not on your toes, but like right behind your toes. So right in that toe box area, I am a fan of that. And as far as like how to develop that, I do the quick feet exercises where I stand in place and I'll do this quick feet exercise, and you basically are moving your feet on the ground as fast as possible. And I'll do that twice a week for, like 3 sets of a minute. And that helps me so much with developing, basically, it's like your entire leg, but especially your shins and your ankles and your feet. So anyway, good question. I'm a big fan of forefoot striking. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Ryan asks running watches. So I will say, everybody, I'm not a big running watch guy, but the Polar Vantage V, I don't train by heart rate, But if you're interested in training by heart rate, the Polar Vantage V, so Polar Vantage V, is amazing. I mean, it's an amazing. Now it's ridiculously expensive. I think it's $450, so it's really expensive. But I've been using it for 2 to 3 months, and it's pretty fun. You probably see it pop up on Strava. It's a really great watch. So that would be my favorite watch right now. There's also the Polar Vantage M, which I believe is a little more affordable. So good question. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just looking for question marks. So Theophilos, sorry I'm not saying that right. Seth, have you tried La Sportiva trail shoes? Funny you ask. Fun. I love having my shoes, like a lot of my shoes, hanging right here. Funny you ask. So these are the old school La Sportiva Tempesta GTX. So these were my shoes that I wore a lot in 2018 for muddy conditions. They treated me well. They were a little stiff. I will just say that much. Theophilos, sorry. I think La Sportiva is moving in the right direction when it comes to trail shoes, but this is the only La Sportiva shoe that I have tried. And I'd like to try more in 2020 and 2020. But it's just, it's a really, really high build quality. If you're looking for a shoe that has really high build quality, I would definitely check out La Sportiva. And they are based in Italy, as many of you probably already know. Cheers. Who's drinking tea tonight? On a Sunday, it's freezing in the studio tonight. I'm drinking hot tea. Okay, moving on. Here we go. Griffin asks, I am a competition swimmer and I also like to run, but have practice every day. Any thoughts on a running alternate? He's already gotten injured once. Oh gosh, we're gonna hold off on the. Okay, I guess maybe the stationary bike. Sorry, well I'm gonna try and hone in on gear questions for now, Griffin, but. Come back to the next live stream or maybe email me, Griffin, and I could give you some more insights. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh man. Whoa. Hey yo, Drew in the house. Drew is in the house with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Drew. Ever use the BFF? Also, what do the kids want for Christmas? Folks, let's super chat those kids some funds for Christmas. Oh, Drew, you're the best. Ever use the BFF? So when I see BFF, I think of best friends forever. I think that's like, is that what, but what, ever use the BFF? Drew, maybe just clarify what you mean by that. Sorry, I'm out of the BFF. I'm trying to think what that would be. I'm so sorry. Drew, hit it up in the chat and I will come back to it. So Shay X asks, what's your thoughts on the Peg Turbo? I'm glad you asked. Let's see here. Hold on. There it is. So, I am a big fan of the Peg Turbo 1. I'm not quite as big a fan of the Peg Turbo 2. Many of you already saw the vlog about my top road running shoes of 2019 and the road running shoes that just need a little TLC in 2020 is how I put it. I don't like the heel counter of the Turbo 2. I prefer the heel counter of the Turbo 1, and it is inside, unfortunately. I didn't bring it out here, so I just think this heel counter around the collar is a little rigid, and once again, it was cutting into my Achilles tendon too much, so I actually didn't really run in this year. I love the Turbo. I love the midsole. It's a fast shoe. At this point, I prefer the Turbo 1 from 2018, and you can buy it for pretty, well, I think around $100 now, where the Turbo 2 is still pretty expensive. Okay, moving on. Good question. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. Austin asks, thoughts on wearing road shoes for 50K trail race on not too technical trails, or do I need separate shoes? Austin, that's a good question. Austin, I mean, I'm just going to say, I think you could probably pull it off. Yeah, I mean, okay. Just be careful. Look at you want to make sure there's no major rocks. Austin, here's the major issue. You want to make sure that there's no pokey rocks, because the pokey rocks will poke right through the outsole of the road shoes, and then it could bruise the bottom of your foot, and that could really hurt. So I would be just, if it's a buffed out trail with no pokey rocks, that would be my only major concern. I hope that helps. Sorry, there's a lot happening in the chat, and I got a little distracted. I hope that helps sorry. Okay, moving on here. There's a lot of super chats coming in. You're amazing. Lee asks, emergency toilet gear. For the $3.99 super chat, emergency toilet gear, let me just think what you would be. So, I mean, I do carry toilet paper. Is that what you're talking about? So when I go up and run in the mountains, I wear this Raid Light vest. I love this Raid Light vest. The lightest running vest in the world. That's right, Raid Light. There it is. This is a French company. Shout out to all the French in the chat right now. So there it is. And yeah, I carry toilet paper, if that's what you mean. So there you go, Lee. Let's see. Nina asks, best calf recovery item for really sore calves. So, Nina, thank you for the super chat. I would say, I mean, gosh, you could go in a lot of different directions. I mean, my easy answer would be this Hyper Ice Viper 2.0, but this is really expensive. But I foam roll my calves every single day with this, and on the lowest setting for vibrating. I must say, Nina, this stability disc, not only do I use this to strengthen my ankles, I also use the stability disc, which I made a vlog about this, to stretch out my calves and my soleus. For some reason, and I didn't even expect this when I bought this, but for some reason, if you don't pump up, so it comes with a pump, and then you pump it up to the however full you want it, and then if you don't pump it up all the way, it allows I can like put my foot on it and I can drop my heel into the ground, and it stretches my calf so well. Nina, good question. And then of course, calf sleeves. Compression calf sleeves I wear, which we were talking about earlier, quite often as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you for all the questions and the super chat. I'm doing my best here to keep up. There's a lot of questions streaming. If I don't get to your question, just bear with me, but we're doing our best. Okay. Oh man, here we go. Organic Snorlax. Do you use energy gels in training or only racing? I do use them in training, especially in the mountains. If I'm doing a 20-mile long run, I don't use gels. But if I'm doing a 22-mile long run in the mountains, I definitely use gels. Basically, now Organic Snorlax, I will also say that as I continue to dive into marathon training, I need to practice more with taking gels during training. So it's something that I'm teaching myself now that I'm coming back down to the marathons on the road. So good question. And I just remembered the other question from Drew. I don't think I ever used the BFF. So I'm sorry that I don't know. I'm looking if you clarified that. Drew in the house. I'm not seeing it. And if anyone knows what he's talking about, let me know. Let's see. Manuel asks, Nike Turbo 1 good for a 3:30 marathon? I think so, Manuel. Absolutely. It's a fast shoe. It's very fast. I love it. I used it for workouts in 2018. Very fast. I think you could pull off a 3:30 marathon. Absolutely. It does not have a carbon fiber plate, and that's okay. Your legs will do the work, and yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh my goodness. There's so many. Oh my goodness. So cool. Thank you, Sonny, for being here. CR7 Fanatic asks, will we see you in Boston this year? Maybe. I don't know. I hope to run Boston in 2021. Just put that on the bucket list. Gary asks, what brand of butter would you recommend? That's actually not even that's a great question. We love, is it the Dairy Gold? Is that what it's called? Dairy Gold? That's probably it's the Irish butter. That's our favorite butter. Butter my bread. Okay, moving on. There was a couple up here that, let's see. Chris is saying, Seth, I'm thinking tea could be included in recovery gear. Absolutely, absolutely. Cameron says, emergency toilet gear recommendation. Put some toilet paper in a disposable dog poop bag. The bag keeps the paper dry and you have something to pick up. Okay, we're going to leave it there. Yes, pro tip. Hashtag pro tip. Okay, moving on to, I know I'm missing some. There was one right there. Any thoughts or comments? This is from Gary on the Garmin 945. Seems expensive, but is it worth it? I want to get sub 3 for marathon, currently at 325. Gary, good question. Here's the deal, Gary. I have a Sun 2 watch, a Polar watch, and a Coros watch. I do not have a Garmin watch. Maybe someday I will. Sorry, I don't have experience with the 945. I do believe, I've done a little bit of research, but I've never used it, so I can't really give you my full opinion, Gary. But that's why we're a YouTube family. I guarantee there's some other people out there listening right now who have used the Garmin 945. So if you have, maybe help Gary out in the chat. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Sondor, thank you for the $2, 2-pound super chat. I appreciate it, Sondor. Oh, man, that's amazing. Okay, let's see. Okay, he asked, bought Asics Tart Herzeal 6. Wow, I must say, I've never even, I don't know if I've ever held that shoe in a running shoe store. There is not much video about this shoe. Yeah. On YouTube. It came out last year. It's ultralight, 150 grams. Wow. I have no problem running longer distances in it. What's your opinion? Oh my goodness, Sondor, I apologize, but I'm going to have to Google that right now because I don't know. Hold on, Sondor. I'm coming back. Ooh, interesting. Oh boy, Sondor. See, this is why we work together. I think I've seen this shoe, but I've definitely never seen this shoe in a running shoe store. So thank you, Sondor, for bringing this to my attention. There's so many shoes, so little time, as I always say. I'm going to do some research, Sondor, into this shoe, and I will get back to you, okay? I'll get the shoe, I'll research this shoe and then see if it could work into the rotation. This is why we work together. I love it. Okay, moving on here to AJ. Oh, thank you, AJ, for the super chat. Let's see. Gilly asks, what shoes would you recommend for a beginner runner running a trail marathon on dirt trails with about 3,500 feet of elevation gain? Gilly asked that. Let's see. 3,500 feet for a marathon. That's a pretty good. That's a solid race, Gilly. I would look at the and it depends on how technical the trails are, but I would look at, the easy answer is, for me, is this Hoka Evo Speedgoat. It does have enough outsole pattern for pretty technical trails. I wouldn't do the Salomon Speedcross 5, even though that's one of my favorite shoes. It'd just be a little too heavy. I would also look at, the Saucony Mad River TR is one of my favorite trails. That would actually be a decent option. So here it is. Yeah, I would, I actually would, especially if it involves creek crossings. So yeah, the Saucony Mad River TR. And lastly, maybe, it depends on, you're a beginner runner, so maybe, I'll just toss out maybe the Nike Wild Horse 5, but that would probably be my last choice. So anyway, hope that helps. Good question. Congrats on getting into the trail scene. I love it. Okay, moving on. Okay, here's the deal. We'll go for about 5 more minutes, okay? So I'll answer as many we'll do maybe lightning round, okay? I'll try and be a little faster. Thank you for being here, by the way. This is amazing. Let's see. Aaron asks, all right, and we're going to open it up to any questions, anything you want to ask. Aaron asks, IT band recovery help, please. Aaron, foam roll the muscles and stretch the muscles around the IT band. You got to loosen it all up. That's what's happening is the tendon is getting pulled your pain is probably at your knee, and it's probably because your muscles leading down to your knee are too tight. So that's my quick answer, Aaron. Stretch and foam roll those muscles, those quads, the hamstrings, but especially those quad muscles in the front. Let's see. Marcige asked Seth, will you consider racing in Krakow, Poland, half or full marathon? I'm gonna race in Krakow someday. I don't think I can do it in 2020. Who knows? When is the Krakow Marathon? Let me know. I would love to. Let's see. Lee asks, this live chat is a genius idea. Thanks for your time, Seth. Lee, I appreciate you sticking around and hanging out. We have fun here in the studio, right? Let's see. Do you ever go on family runs? That's from Mariana. So I've taken my boys out on a couple runs. They're still kind of figuring out if they like this whole running business. So for me, I started out as a soccer player and then realized I was so small I couldn't kick the soccer ball hard enough. So I just dropped the soccer ball and started and became a runner. So I think they're still pretty interested in soccer and basketball, and then eventually will discover running, I'm sure. Okay, moving on here. Oh man, they're coming in now. Josh asks, is it worth investing in a muscle gun? I think, do you mean the massage gun, Josh? If so, I don't know yet, because I just got mine and I'm really enjoying it, but they are expensive. They're kind of expensive, and it's a good question, but I need a little more time. It is, I must say, True Love enjoys using it as well, like on her back. So if you're talking about a massage gun, yeah, I am enjoying it a lot. Okay, Nate asks, Beacon worth the money? That's from Nate. Yes. So the Beacon V2, I think, is $120. The Beacon V1, I prefer. So, boom. Butter my bread. There's the Beacon V1. Here's the Beacon V2. I prefer the upper of the Beacon V1. And you can find this shoe for $60 to $80 if they have your size. So there you go. Both are. I enjoyed both shoes, but I actually prefer the upper of the V1. Butter my bread. There you go. Mark asks, Pikes Peak Marathon versus the Ascent. Why? Would you consider doing the double? Mark, great question. Mark, I want to race the best, and I know Joe, he loves doing the Ascent, Joe Gray, but like, the marathon is part of the Golden Trail Series in 2020, so all of the big European racers are probably going to come over again like they did this past year and race the marathon because it's part of the Solomon Golden Trail Series. And I want to race, if Killian comes back, oh, watch out. Oh, man, I hope he does. So I want to race like the best runners in the world. That's why I want to do the marathon in 2020. Okay, moving on. We're going to take maybe 3 more questions. Oh, man, here we go. Let's see. Brad asked, do I listen to podcasts, favorite ones? You know, Brad, I haven't listened to podcasts. I'm listening more to audiobooks right now. My favorite podcast, though, that I do listen to, I enjoy the storytelling of This American Life. I think probably a lot of you have listened to that one. As far as, I don't listen to too many running podcasts. The Morning Shakeout is another running podcast that I listen to. So there's a couple, but I'm more into audiobooks right now. Good question. Appreciate that. Okay, 2 more. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Mariana asks, am I ready for the snow coming? Is it actually going to come? If you live in Colorado, I thought it was supposed to happen today. Anyway, all right, 2 more. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's looking. Holy smokes, there's so many coming in. It's hard to see. Okay, Chad asks, Chad Run asks, New Balance Rebel versus Adidas Solar Glide 19. Oh boy. I've held both of them. I don't own them, Chad. I've held both of them. I would probably lean in the direction of Rebel, only because I don't know if I would lean in the direction of Rebel. I'm not a big Ultra Boost guy. Actually, well, here's my Audi Zero. I'm still trying to figure out the Adidas lineup a little bit. I struggle a little bit with Ultra Boost foam. So anyway, Chad, that's my easy. That's my simple, quick answer for you. But good question. Okay, one more. Here we go. Let's see. Oh my goodness, it's hard to find. Okay, well, Ayushman asks audiobook recommendations. So I just listened to a book, everyone, about the mental side of running, and I'm going to make a vlog about it. It's fascinating. It's actually the mental side of endurance sports, and it's actually listed down below the vlogs in the description. And I listened to the audiobook, and it's titled, it's kind of a funny title, but it's called How Bad Do You Want It? So like, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to win? And it was fascinating to hear the stories of some of the best endurance athletes in the world and how they overcame their mental challenges in their racing and training as endurance athletes. So it's not just runners. He also interviews cyclists and triathletes. So that would be, so it's called How Bad Do You Want It? I think the last name is Fitzgerald, something like that for the author's last name. Good question. It's a good one. It's a good one. Okay, one more. Here we go. One more. Okay, here we go. Miko asks, do you think of changing a sport in the far future? I don't know, Miko, if you're saying changing from running. Never. I'm never, like, even when I'm old and my knees hurt and I can barely walk across my house, I'm going to be a runner. I love it so much. There's no way I could drop this sport. So, and like, even like, cycling or swimming or other, it's like I just don't really have an interest in it for some reason. I just love running. So thank you all for being here. You rock. All right, I'm going inside. I got to go warm up a little bit. I hope you enjoyed that, and we will do this again very soon. The live streaming is back up and running on the channel. Thank you for all the super chats once again. And I will send my love to True Love inside. And so, butter my bread, onward and upward. And we'll do this again. All right, seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.